Hey everyone, what is up and welcome to today's video. If you don't know me, my name is Rosa and on this channel I create bookish type videos. Today we are doing our February TBR, which is gonna show you guys what books I would like to read for February. So if you guys are interested to know what books I'm reading this month, make sure to keep on watching. Also, please make sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so February is the month of love, but I'm a mood reader. I don't really care about months, but I do have some romances on my list. So I'm gonna first talk about audiobooks that I am hoping to listen to this month, as well as the physical afterwards. So let's start from audiobooks. So I already did finish one audiobook. It is February 5th when I am recording this video. And I read The Love Hypotheses by Hazelwood. Why did I say Hazelwood? Hazelwood. Do you want to say hi to all the peoples? Are you going to come up here? Oi. Hi, everyone. I just want to be on Mama's lap. Huh, you want to be on Mama's lap. Okay. Or are you gonna Simba it? You're gonna scar it? Okay. I listened to The Love Hypothesis because honestly, I like to listen to contemporaries more than I like to listen to fantasy, which is interesting because I don't really read contemporary too often, but in audio form, it is premium class. So I listened to The Love Hypotheses. It took me literally 2 days to finish it because I basically listened to the beginning the first day and then I listened to like 6 hours straight the second day. Like I literally just sat there eating dinner, listening to it because I could not stop listening to it. I thought it was such a great book. So basically it's about this girl who wants to let her best friend date her ex or whatever. And the only way her best friend would date her ex is if like she knew that she was stable in some other relationship. So Olive decides to kiss a random guy in the hallway and it ends up being like the grumpy professor. It's a grumpy sunshine type trope, which I'm not 100% a fan of. It ends up being a story about that. So it's a fake dating type trope in Stanford, which is great because if you guys don't know, I live about 30 minutes away from Stanford University, which is in Palo Alto. So I literally am right there. So it was kind of cool to have like that Stanford setting because I've actually been to Stanford multiple times for job fairs. So I'm pretty sure I met like an Olive and well, I would have known if I met an Adam because girlfriend. The next book I am hoping to listen to on audiobook is Architect of Song by A.G. Howard. So this book, I tried reading it last year and I couldn't really get into it, but since it is another love month, I thought that I would try a book that I already own so I didn't have to buy another book. So for most of her life, 19-year-old Juliet Emerlin has isolated by deafness, making hats in solitude of her home. Now she's at risk of losing her sanctuary to Lord Nicholas Thornton, a 27-year-old mysterious, eccentric architect with designs on her humble estate. When she secretly witnesses him raging beside a grave, Juliet investigates finding the name Hawk on the headstone and an unusual flower at the base. The moment Juliet touches the petals, a young English nobleman appears in ghostly form, singing a song only her deaf ears can hear. The ghost remembers nothing of his identity or death other than the one name that haunts his afterlife, Thornton. To avenge her ghostly companion and save her estate, Juliet pushes aside her fear of society and travels to Lord Thornton's secluded holiday resort, posing as a hat maker in one of his boutiques. There she finds herself questioning who to trust, the architect of flesh and bone, who can relate to her through romantic gestures, heartfelt notes, and sensual touches, or the specter who serenades her with beautiful songs, ardent words, touching her mind and soul like no other man ever can. As sinister truths behind Lord Thornton's interest in her estate and his tie to Hawk come to life, Juliet is lured into a web of secrets, but it's too late for escape, and the tragic love-taking seed in her heart will alter her silent world forever. So, it seems as though there's a love triangle. It's a ghost and human love thing, which is like one of my favorite paranormal tropes. I love that kind of stuff. And again, it is A.G. Howard, who is the author of Splintered. So I'm hoping it's going to be good. So we'll see about that. We're going to get into the physical books now. I have 4 here to show you. So let's go into it. All right. So 2 of them I've technically already started. This is a little late, what can I say? And the first book is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Everyone and their mother is reading this right now, or they've read it, and they're saying, oh my God, you have to read this. And as you can see, I'm already a little bit into it. I'm actually gonna try to finish this out later on. Basically this weekend, I would like to finish it. So I have a lot to do today, so I'm gonna try to get at least half of this book done today and half tomorrow. And honestly, the reason I'm reading it is because there's just so many spoilers on TikTok right now that I need to just like catch up so I'm not spoiled. That's basically the reason. But I love fantasy romance. But again, I could not read this audiobook. I wouldn't be able to follow it, so I have to read it physically. I'm really excited for this one. This one is basically about a girl who kills a fairy on accident and is taken to a fairy kingdom to live out her days because a life for a life type situation. And she lives in like this palace, which weirdly enough, people are really nice to her. So like, I get really confused. I am actually doing a reading vlog on this guy. So you will see a reading vlog come out probably in the next week or so about me reading this and going through the entire book. But anyways, this is the first physical book that I will be reading for February. The next book I'll be reading for February is another one that I started, but I'm only on what page am I on? I am on chapter 3, but I'm on page 37, so barely even hit this one. It is Sherlock Holmes and Count Dracula. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble during their 50% off sale, and I'm very excited to get back into it. The reason I stopped reading it is because I was waiting for Zodiac Academy to come, and once it came, I decided to stop reading this and switch over to Zodiac Academy, which I do not regret. So I am going to be reading this for the month of February. Not much of a lovey book, but it's Sherlock Holmes helping Count Dracula find his bride Mina. So, you know, it's gonna be romantic, I hope, of some sort. If you don't know, Dracula and Mina in the 1993 Dracula, Gary Oldman is like my favorite. So if you guys can't tell from my channel, I'm a big romance gothic fantasy person. So the next book, I am continuing on with the Splintered series. If you didn't watch my January wrap up, I started the Splintered series again, which is an A.G. Howard series, and it's my favorite Alice in Wonderland retelling in book form, but I do have a couple in my Goodreads list that I want to read, and there's one called Her Mad Hatter, and I'm like ready for that. But we're going to keep it YA for now and read Unhinged, which is the second book of the Splintered series. So this book is the second book on Alyssa's adventures to figuring things out in Wonderland. I can't say too much about this because this is the second book. I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't read the Splintered series yet. And yeah, I'm just like super stoked. And this is my favorite character of all time, Morpheus. If you have not met Morpheus yet, meet him and thank me later. Actually, a lot of people don't like Morpheus, but I mean, and then the final book for this month is actually a classic, and it is Alice in Wonderland. I am actually going to read Alice in Wonderland again. I only have, I think, like the children's book at my grandma's house. I have to go through her stuff because she has like some good golden book stuff over there. Okay, and I think I have Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland. This is the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and it is the John Tenniel version. And it has sprayed purple edges, and it's just gorgeous inside. And I love books that have sayings in the back. You guys will see, I think in March, I'm gonna try to read 2 classics that I have in my collection. So you'll see those in a bit, but I love it because it says, it would be so nice if something made sense for a change. Story of my life, Alice. Those are all the books that I will be reading in February. Let me know down below what books you will be reading in the month of February. Also, I am looking for more recommendations on contemporary romances that are like The Love Hypothesis. I would like to read more because I was really a big fan of that. If you guys know Professor, grad student, not student, but grad student, someone in their 20s would be nice. Someone in their 30s would even be better because then they will match my age as I am 30. But yeah, so that's really it. I'm gonna leave you guys here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Stay romantic, everybody. Bye-bye.